Glacier Bay National Park in Alaska was established in part to study the cycles of glaciers.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most astonishing and peculiar facts about Alaska.
The Alaska Triangle stretches from Juneau in the south to Anchorage in the middle, all the way up to Utqiagvik at the most northern point in Alaska.
Number 10, the Alaska Purchase. Back in 1867, the U.S. purchased Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million, about 2 cents per acre.
It was quite a bargain, even at the time. That didn't stop critics who had never seen Alaska from dubbing it Seward's Folly.
The deal was questioned by many. While plenty of newspapers supported it, others berated President Andrew Johnson, calling Alaska names like Johnson's Polar Bear Garden and Wall Russia. It became more commonly known as Seward's Folly, or Seward's Icebox, with critics seeing the land as a useless, barren wasteland.
It was not a wasted purchase at all. It was actually quite a very good deal for the United States.
Those in favor, however, were ultimately proven right. The Klondike Gold Rush in 1896 marked a massive turning point. In 1959, Alaska officially became a U.S. state, and the purchase came to be widely recognized as one of the best bargains the nation ever made.
Alaska became our 49th state in January of 1959 and is today recognized for its vast resources, including 25% of America's oil and 50% of its seafood.
Number 9, resident rewards. How would it sound to get paid to live somewhere? Well, in Alaska, that's actually a thing.
As Alaskans, we are all connected by our love of the land and also a unique institution, the Permanent Fund.
Launched in 1976, the Alaska Permanent Fund has paid out an average of over $1,000 per year to its residents. That can go a long way. The funds come from a share of oil revenues and vary by year based on investment returns.
While the dividend came in the years that followed, it's still a golden goose to Alaskans and many things to many people.
2022 marked a high with a dividend of $3,284 per resident. Not too shabby. A form of universal basic income like this is rare. Studies have found it's had a significant influence on reducing the poverty rate in Alaska, particularly among indigenous communities.
I think it's really important that there be a dividend and be one that increases when the fund does well and doesn't increase as much or not as much if the fund does poorly, so that that vested interest, that direct link, is continued.
Number 8, the town under one roof. Whittier, Alaska has such a small population that nearly all of its residents live in the same building, the Beijing Towers.
Now, a high-rise does seem out of place here, but what's even more surprising is that the Beijing Towers, as it's officially called, is about the only place to live in all of Whittier.
Not only that, but the building also houses a post office, police station, grocery store, health clinic, and more. That's why Whittier earned the nickname Town Under One Roof. Even the school is connected by a tunnel.
The school, yes, there is one. It's connected to the building by, you guessed it, another tunnel.
The town has an infamously wet climate, so not having to go outside can be beneficial. It's not for everyone, but the setup certainly fosters a close-knit community. With its stunning glaciers and marine wildlife, Whittier is a popular destination for tourists and photographers who, guess what, can stay at the bed and breakfast on the top 2 floors of the Beijing Towers. Yeah, it has that too.
To some, it may just be the strangest town in Alaska. But for residents, Whittier seems to be the answer to the call of the wild.
Number 7, no roads to the capital. Juneau, Alaska is known for many things. A vibrant performing arts scene, signature cultural festivals, breathtaking natural wonders, and fun outdoor activities, just to name a few. For most cities with these kinds of attractions, it'd be worth a drive. In this case, though, that's not possible. There are no roads connected to the capital city. None. Like many other cities and towns in the unique state of Alaska, Juneau is isolated. Even so, many would argue that it has such a distinctive appeal that it's worth a visit, whether by plane, cruise, or ferry. Number 6, Utqiagvik's Midnight Sun and Polar Night. Utqiagvik, once known as Barrow, is the northernmost town in the United States. With that come peculiarities that most people could hardly imagine.
It's a very, very bizarre place. There's no roads that lead there. There's no fresh food other than what is hunted and killed.
From May to August, the sun stays above the horizon non-stop, meaning there's constant daylight, and at midnight, residents experience the marvel of the midnight sun. Conversely, there's a period of more than 60 days from mid-November to mid-January when residents of Utqiagvik don't see the sun at all. This is known as polar night.
It was a very intense place to be during that time of year.
The day the sun finally returns, locals celebrate with music and dancing. For those of us used to the sun rising and setting every day, Utqiagvik serves as a reminder of how fascinatingly different life can be elsewhere. Number 5. Unexplained disappearances in the Alaska Triangle. Most have heard of the Bermuda Triangle, but have you heard of the Alaska Triangle?
Here among the rugged mountains, dense forests, and towering glaciers, lies a mysterious stretch of wilderness where more than 16,000 people have gone missing since 1988. Locals refer to this area as the Alaska Triangle.
That's right. Alaska has its own mysterious area with a dark history of inexplicable disappearances. The 3 points are Anchorage and Juneau in the south of Utqiagvik in the north. The massive expanse is full of rugged terrain and harsh weather.
You have to remember that Alaska has some of the most notoriously difficult terrain, weather, and it has the highest number of private planes anywhere in the United States.
While dangerous, it's still hard to believe that an estimate of over 20,000 people have reportedly disappeared in the Alaska Triangle since the 1970s. One of the most infamous examples was in 1972, when 4 men, including U.S. House Majority Leader Hale Boggs and Alaska Representative Nick Bajik Sr., went missing on a flight from Anchorage to Juneau. No trace was ever found. Number 4. Most earthquake-prone state in the U.S. No U.S. state is more prone to earthquakes than Alaska. It's not particularly close either.
Right now on ABC News Live reports, we've learned of a powerful earthquake that has now triggered a tsunami warning for a large part of the Alaskan coastline.
Alaska commonly experiences tens of earthquakes a day and thousands of earthquakes a year, with hundreds per year reaching at least magnitude 4. The stronger, highly hazardous earthquakes, we're talking magnitude 8 and above, are also far more likely to occur in Alaska than almost anywhere else on Earth.
Again, there were 2 earthquakes, one just outside Anchorage, the first one a major quake 7.0.
In fact, the largest earthquake ever recorded in the US and the second largest in the entire world, with a 9.2 magnitude, occurred in Alaska in 1964.
There were gaping fractures, massive landslides, and the destruction of water mains, gas, sewer, telephone, and electrical systems.
Number 3, home to about 80% of recently active volcanoes in the US. Most of Alaska's volcanoes are located on the Aleutian Arc, which is part of the most volcanically active zone in the world, the Pacific Ring of Fire.
Alaska's southern coast lies in what's called the Ring of Fire.
Volcanologists usually consider a volcano active if it's erupted sometime in the last 11,000 years or so. By that definition, Alaska has about 90 of them, more than half of all volcanoes in the US that fit that criteria.
This puts many Alaskans on a constant vigil for the next eruption.
If we narrow it down to more recent history, meaning volcanoes that have erupted within the past few hundred years, over 50 of those are in Alaska. That's around 80% of the entire country's recently active volcanoes. And they haven't just been small eruptions. The largest volcanic eruption of the 20th century happened there.
Great geysers of magma shot into the sky. Rivers of superheated lava flowed into the valley. The sheer volume of what was ejected from Nova Erupta is still mind-boggling.
Number 2, glaciers galore. Glaciers make up about 3 to 5% of the state of Alaska, according to recent estimates.
Dozens of helicopters make this trip every day, bringing tourists to glaciers in Alaska.
If that figure doesn't sound that crazy, think about it this way. Estimates of Alaska's glacier coverage range from 23,000 to 29,000 square miles. That's about the size of the entire state of West Virginia.
The National Park Service says there are 100,000 glaciers here in Alaska, and that 95% of them are getting smaller or have stopped advancing.
However, that number has been declining due to glacier melting. Fortunately, there are plenty of accessible ways to enjoy breathtaking views of these natural wonders. Around 4.6 million acres of Alaska's glaciers are within national parks. It really is glaciers galore.
More than half of the ice that makes up Alaska's glaciers is expected to be gone by the end of the century.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Famous for monstrous record-breaking vegetables.
Scott Robb is the new world champion here at the Alaska State Fair Giant Cabbage Weigh-Off.
Snake-free state. Against the law to wake up a bear for a photo. Easternmost and westernmost state in the United States. No poison ivy or poison oak.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Size and coastline. Alaska is absolutely massive. So enormous that it's more than twice the size of the second largest US state. There are less than 20 countries in the world that are bigger than it. Want us to keep going? With its numerous islands, Alaska's total coastline measures longer than all the other US states combined. With barely over 1 person per square mile though, Alaska is by far and away the least densely populated state in the country. Also, its male to female ratio happens to be the highest of any US state. But anyway, the big takeaway here that earns the top spot on our list is that Alaska is gigantic, more so than most people probably realize. What do you find most interesting about Alaska? Let us know in the comments below.